put the webcam on the computer, and then we realised very quickly that we don't have a microphone.
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to work. So
No, that was my fault. So I normally wear a headset when I'm gaming, and that's got the microphone on it. I didn't realise the webcam didn't have it, so yeah, we've had to switch to the phone.
Oh, that's fine. Well, webcams have the built-in mic. Well, most of them, and sometimes they're echoey, but they're not bad.
Oh well, it works.
The first time. Well, first of all, welcome to the podcast, each of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So you're Marcus, right?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. And of course, Bernie, you and I have already met a couple months ago.
Yeah.
It was very early in the morning for me when we did that podcast. I think it was like 7 a.m. I was hungover from the night before. I was drinking coffee, trying to wake up. Yeah. And when I look back at that podcast, I was like, I was pretty slow. I was like, because normally when you're in a conversation, it's pretty, especially in a social environment, it flows pretty well. Yeah. And I was like, so anyway, I'm glad you reached out to me for us to do this again.
Yeah. Well, the first time I was really nervous, but obviously I'm not now. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Good. Well, yeah. And you got, your partner here with you. So I think it's a lot more comfortable when you have somebody with you on these, and it's not your first podcast. Yeah. So that kind of makes it easier. I still get nervous on mine. Like as many as I've done, I think I've done, 60 or 70 of them. And I still get a little nervous, when it's first time I'm meeting someone new.
Yeah.
Because I guess I always feel like I'm experienced, socializing with people, obviously, just in normal life. But like yesterday, so last night I did a podcast with a guy in Florida here in the States, and him and I actually met in person at this Milsim we went to like almost a month ago.
Oh, was that a Milsim West game?
No, it was it was put on by Third Coast Airsoft, and it was Stonebreaker 2022.
Okay.
At GTI here in South Carolina. Pretty big event, but yeah, actually the guy I talked to, he's been to some Milsim West events. But I wasn't nervous getting on the call with him, and but I totally blanked out. Like I didn't know, like he would, we were just talking, and I'm just sitting there like, and he's like, okay. I felt so bad because I was kind of spacing out. I had worked yesterday I redid part of a bathroom. So I had to repaint the tub and the tile. It was really old. Yeah. So that kind of paint is, you're supposed to wear a respirator. And I normally do. Yeah. I didn't think I was going to be doing that. So I didn't want to drive 45 minutes back home to get my respirator. I was like, oh, it'll take me, an hour. Yeah, it took 6 hours. And this stuff is it's really strong. So I told him last night, I was like, bro, I'm sorry, man. I'm just like, I'm totally spacing out. I can't even think. And so anyway, it worked out okay. But I think that's always my, how I get nervous, or what I get nervous about is what we talk about.
Yeah.
But
you saying about the bathtub, we bought a new wardrobe to fit both of our clothes in. We were like, oh, it'll be fine, it'll be easy. It took us 6 hours and it's wonky. But
it's this one right behind us here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was an absolute pig to put up. It was horrible. But we didn't argue, thankfully.
There was a few angry glances, but that's all right.
Coming my way. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that like what do they call that? Like an armoire kind of thing? Like it's a separate piece, but you hang your clothes in it and you just like put it together?
Yeah, so it's like flat patch of all the different pieces, and you've got to like screw them together. So it's got a set of drawers in it, and then there's basically like 3 closet sections. Yeah. And then it's got like a mirror, but the drawers are all wonky. And, yeah.
So, Mark, Marcus, do you follow instructions? Do you get the directions out and read those before you put it together?
Weirdly enough, we did this time, but it still managed out wonky somehow. So yeah, I don't know how it happened, but it's up. So
I think it didn't help that when we bought it, we didn't consider that we'd have to lay it on the floor to build it. So we literally had like a centimetre each side to move around it. We were like in the wardrobe building it most of the time.
You'd have to build the whole structure first without putting the back on, so you could sit in the middle and build all the things around it, and then stand it up and put. I've been in the same situation with all of our, furniture we got when the kids were little, and putting all this crap together. Very little space to lay it out.
Yeah.
And then at one point we realised that we'd put the instructions down in the wardrobe and then nailed all the back on. So we were like looking for it, like, where's it gone? No.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
I'm not a person. When I open something like that, the instructions, those booklets, I go like this. I always toss them. Like, it was always a joke when our kids were little, and as they got older, I'm like, yep, those go in the trash. And then a lot of times later on, I would be like, crap, where'd I put those? Because I don't know what this one piece is, I was talking to a girl here in the States just like a month ago, Little Miss Airsoft, and she said, I was saying something about the instructions are for the trash. And she goes, well, have you ever tried to put together IKEA furniture without instructions? And I said, no, that's some Elon Musk shit right there.
Yeah, that's some voodoo stuff right there.
For real.
Yeah, we haven't got any IKEA stuff yet.
No.
But I'm sure when we do move out into our own place, we will get there, and then there will be some arguments, I reckon.
Oh, no, listen, I'm going to tell you, this is, my wife and I have been married 30 years, okay? 5 kids. They're all grown. They're in their 20s. Let me tell you from experience, she can put, you both take a piece of thing to whatever and put it together yourselves in a separate area. Don't work on it together, okay? It's never good. No, it's, sometimes it's okay. But then again, sometimes the arguments are good because making up is better, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, cheers. What are you guys drinking tonight?
I've just got plain old Bud tonight.
Me too.
I've got
nice.
some Smirnoff Ice that's like mango and passion fruit, was it?
Oh, nice.
So when I moved out from home, my sisters gave me like a big goodie bag full of like sweets and chocolate and alcohol. Yeah. So clearly they thought that me moving in with him was going to be a difficult process for me.
There was a lot of painkillers.
Yeah, so my mum just gave me a lot of painkillers and some tissues. So.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Like, damn, what are you guys saying here?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's funny. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have, there's always that joke, when two people like either move in together or when they, get engaged or whatever, like, especially for guys, the guys are always like, if you get engaged, the guys are like, bro, you're throwing your life away. Why do you want to be tied down? Like, what are you doing? My wife and I got married. We were both 21. I was still in the Marine Corps, and I was the first one to get married out of all my buddies I was stationed with. And they were like, dude, what are you doing? You're messing up our thing here, man. We're partying all the time. Like, I'm like, yeah, I know. She could party with us. It'll be fun, But, oh, yeah. It's always funny.
No, you're quite social with the guys, though.
Yeah.
Like, all the guys get on with her, and, yeah, everyone loves her. So there's no bad blood at all.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm probably the last one in my friendship group to actually get, like, a proper relationship now. I was always the one, like your mates, being like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And now you get it.
And now I get it. Yeah.
Okay. You just had to find the right one. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Hell yeah. Well, in case you didn't know, this is a Airsoft / couples therapy podcast, okay?
Yeah.
No, it's not. No. Most of my advice is not good. My solution for everything is this. Like, hey, just drink a little more. It'll fix it. Okay.
It's better than any advice I get from Lee. So.
Yeah. Well, I think if we ever get into an argument in our own place, I'm going to be like, put your iPro on and go out and go on and let's do this.
That's a one good thing about having the common hobby like Airsoft, where you can, when you guys go play, if you're pissed off at each other, like, hey, go on the other team. Okay. Just stay on the other team the whole day. We'll get all our shit out and we'll feel better at the end. It's kind of cool.
We'll go on opposite teams tomorrow then.
Nice.
Hey, look, build a piece of IKEA furniture tomorrow morning and then go play. All right.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, we hate each other.
So you can have Smudge. It'll be all right. Yeah.
Well, listen, man, I was excited you reached out because, I know when we talked the first time, Bernie, you said that, you'd like to have Marcus on or whatever. And because I was asking about, and this is something I wanted to ask you, Marcus, Bernie, when you were talking about your guys' first date took you to like the shooting range thing. And I think it's called Attack Sense or something like that.
Attack Sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, so I was curious, how did you, I guess, hear about it or get involved in that, shooting at that place, Marcus?
So it all sort of happened around COVID, really. So I used to play with a group of guys and we heard of it through a old site we used to play at. So they went down to this shooting range. They're like, oh, this is really good. You guys should go and check it out. So we started going down and started becoming more of a regular thing. And we ended up having like team nights down there like every week. And then, I just, like when I met Bernie and she said she was interested in Airsoft, like she would like to get into it, I thought, you know what, this would be quite a cool, fun date idea. And it just really snowballed from there.
Yeah. Yeah, the Attack Sense system is really cool because a lot of shops will put it in their stores and stuff, shooting ranges, and then you can buy it to sort of travel with. So the company quite often go to like festivals or pop-up shops and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a cool system. I think it's getting a bit more popular and stuff now as well.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot more posts about it over the past year. So over here in the UK, we have the National Airsoft Festival, and I went last year as one of the photography team. And Attack Sense were there, and like we know the guys quite well, and everyone absolutely loved it up there. Like it's a real nice sort of friendly competition type thing, and it's awesome. Absolutely love it. Can't recommend it enough.
It looks really cool. I was watching some of the videos on your Instagram. Where you had, you were shooting and stuff. So when Bernie was telling me about it the first time, I guess my idea of it when I followed their page on Instagram was pretty much like a regular, real steel kind of like shooting range where you're standing behind a barrier, targets pop up or light up or whatever, and you just stand there and shoot. But in one of the videos you had, well, a couple of them actually, it's like a real training course. Like you started at the back, or I guess the front or the back, whatever. You had to run. I heard this guy count down. You had to run, hit a button, turn around, shoot with your rifle, then sling it, and then pull your pistol and finish out targets, and then go back and shoot with your rifle. And I was like, holy shit. Another one you had where you started with your pistol, and then there was a rifle laying down on like a gun bag.
Yeah.
And you ran over to that spot, picked that up, loaded the mag, and then shot the other one. I was like, man, that's a really cool system.
No, it's really cool because you can adapt it and change it to whatever you want to train.
Gotcha.
So we just made up fun little games and training scenarios, and we just did what we wanted and incorporating or putting in physical sides of it. So running with all your plates on and everything. Instead of just standing stationary and shooting, you're running with weight on and, tiring yourself out. It just made it all the more fun for us. So
I think what's cool too is, like you said, you had your team going there, like a bunch of people. And now that Bernie's going, you guys, I guess it keeps track, or is it they have an app or something that you can have, and then when you go there, it tracks all of your stats from each time you go?
Yeah, so it records how you do, and there's different game modes, and it tracks you against other like places. So where we did it, it would like rank us locally, and then you can change on to sort of the global net, and it would rank you against other people that have done it. So,
that is really cool.
Really cool. It just makes you want to keep on improving.
Of course.
When I started shooting down there, and then my stats started getting better, they basically said every time I overtook someone that was on the like official Airsoft team, that I would have to do a shot of whiskey. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's a fair few shots consumed.
Yeah. So I got into the top 20, so I was really happy about that.
Hell yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing. I'll have to look for that down here. I haven't heard of it. I never heard of it until you mentioned it on our first podcast. And I'll have to look and see if it's something that we have around here, you know? Because most of the ranges around here, like we have a lot of shooting ranges around here, indoor and outdoor. They're all real steel.
Yeah.
So here in South Carolina, like the majority of people grow up with guns, like have gun, real steel guns, whatever, hunting and stuff like that. And then more recently, in the last couple of years, a lot more different kind of guns than just hunting. And so when we go to the outdoor shooting range, it's always packed. There's always people there sighting in their 308s and their, whatever kind of ARs, AR-15s and stuff. But we actually started like a year and a half ago. We started, or maybe 2 years ago, we started a Real Steel channel. So we took Trifecta Airsoft and we went to Trifecta Steel, and we were going to do both. Well, maybe it's, a little over 2 years ago, because it was before all the ammo prices went, crazy. So we started that, and we had like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 videos. Yeah. And then ammo prices started going crazy, and we were like, let's, because we would go through like 500 rounds for a video. So, and I'm talking like we had a couple AR-15s, a couple AK-47s, shotguns, 9mm, 40 cals. And then one of my sons, who's on our channel, Chris, he bought this pistol called the Judge. You ever heard of that?
No.
So it's a pistol that shoots it shoots 2 different kinds of ammo. It shoots a 410 shotgun round, or the 45 long or whatever for the Judge. And so it's fun to shoot. So the it's a revolver. So the cylinder is like this freaking long, because 410 shotgun shells are long as shit. Yeah. So but anyway, and then he built a 50 cal Beowulf. So it shoots, it's a 50 cal caliber, but it shoots it's like a modified pistol round. Yeah. For that type of gun. But anyway, ammo's super expensive. So we stopped that channel like right away. Like, nope, we're gonna shoot BBs because they're way cheaper. Yeah. Now on that attack sense thing, is that you don't shoot projectiles, right? It's just laser. Is that what it is?
No, you shoot your BBs at it.
Oh shit! So it's, okay.
It's a solid back. I think it's a metal back. It's rubberized on the front with pressure pads. So you can shoot BBs. I think you can also shoot the. I think they're 45 rubber balls at them.
Oh wow!
I think that's about it. I don't know if you can do anything above that.
Right.
But a lot of airsoft people use it because you can actually shoot it with your weapon.
Gotcha. I thought maybe you use your airsoft gun. They put like a little, laser thing on in the bore.
Oh, no.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a place near my mum and dad's where they've just put the attack sense system in their CQB. So they've got like buses and everything. So you can actually have a go like running around CQB place and practicing on the targets, which I think is really cool for maybe people who haven't had a go at it. They sort of get a chance to do it without being shot at, basically.
Yeah.
You get like a taste of it.
Yeah, for real. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to have a go. It's at Ironside. I don't think I actually told you about it.
No, you never mentioned that. No.
No, y'all were too busy putting that contraption together. You know, when I was in the military a long time ago, and we didn't do any CQB training. So all this stuff that we're seeing now, where you guys train, you know, those kind of setups, what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I had never done. We did all woodland training, all in the woods. It was all still carried over from like Vietnam and Grenada and shit like that. And so a lot of these guys I talked to that are prior military, they were in, you know, they're a lot younger than me, so they were in a lot later. So they're like, oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know that CQB training? No, I didn't. I know how to dig holes in the dirt and set traps and mines and, you know, shit like that, and booby traps with the tripwire. But no, I didn't do anything in a building, you know? So those kind of setups are cool though. They're fun.
Yeah, no, it is a different level of fun, we found. We played in an old World War II bunker, and that was
cool.
Fun as hell.
That was cool.
Yeah.
You just turn the corner and there could be someone right there with their gun pointing at you. It's...
I was wanting to tell this story last time. I completely forgot. So we were playing as a group, and we were in this sort of side room that there was a crawl space in as well, and then there's like the main corridor. So our squadron leader, he's like what, 6'2"?
He's built like a
brick shit house.
Yeah. He was stood in the doorway, like kept poking his head out into the doorway to see, but there was like fire going down. Anyway, so we're all kind of stood in there, just chilling out for a minute, figuring out what we're gonna do. And then someone throws a grenade through the crawl space into our little room that we're all stood in. And we're all shouting at him like, you need to move, you need to move. And he wasn't moving, he couldn't hear us, he had like ear defenders on and stuff. So I literally just ran into him full pelt to try and push him into the corridor. I just bounced off. And then he just slowly turned around and looked at it, and then it just went off.
Oh my God.
It was loud.
That's funny. That's like a scene, like a comedy scene in a movie or something. You know, you run in and just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You ran into a wall.
It was just how he turned around really slowly afterwards as well. It's funny. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Now you guys have been playing together pretty, you know, steadily, I guess, since you got together.
Yeah. We've not played together in about a month.
Yeah, I've not been able to play because I work every other weekend, and then the last time I went, I didn't actually play. I was being photographer for the day. So let's give a little shout out to our friend who works at Chris Photography.
What is it now? Hold it up closer.
Hold it up closer.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So he wants us to do help out at the National Airsoft Festival. So he basically took me out for a day and gave me a camera and sort of showed me the ropes. So that was really fun. In a weird kind of way as well. It makes me more comfortable with playing at the site because I've had the chance to see how other people are playing. And yeah. But no, it's really cool to be shooting in a different way, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
You're shooting the pictures. I was talking to the two guys that run the Task Force podcast here in the States, and so they were saying the same thing. They said, because I was telling them about the MilSim I went to like just a few weeks ago. This is like a couple months ago that I talked to them. I was like, I bought a press pass for this MilSim. They were like, oh man, you're going to have so much fun. Like we had because they've been to a ton of events over the last, 15 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And they went to a couple of them as press. So they were like, yeah, you get a whole different sense of the field because you see both sides. You see where people are, the spawn points and where they're coming from. So you get a different idea, like when you go back there to play outside of, just filming. So
yeah, it does give you a whole different perspective of playing.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I did the National Airsoft Festival last year on the photography team, and you can just watch people like sneaking up on other people. Oh shit, this is going to be good.
Hell yeah.
And, you're just standing there quietly waiting for it to kick off, and don't have to worry about getting shot yourself. I mean, obviously you get shot a lot, even though you're in a high vis and people can see you, but they're going to shoot you anyway.
If you're in the way, man, the BBs are flying. They don't care.
Airsofters don't exactly have the best aim, let's be honest. So anything that moves, they will shoot.
No shit. Yeah, we when I was at the Milsim, I got shot once, and it was right at the beginning when they first started, like the very first day.
Yeah.
So I was talking to the leader or the guy that started Third Coast Airsoft, that runs the whole event.
Yeah.
And so it was right after the briefing. So I went up there, I was talking to him a little bit because I want to have him on the podcast. So we're standing there talking. Well, we're in the middle of this like main action area where once they, start, it's like that's where everybody kind of congregates towards this building. And then we were right by this giant bus that they had, sitting out here. And he goes, oh shit, we got to move. So I'm following him. And so right when these two teams came up, I saw one guy over here, and I looked back, and I was like, oh, shit, there's the opposite team coming up over here. I'm right in the line of sight. And I was like, hold on, Sal, wait for me. I went around the corner of the bus, but before I could get around there, I got riddled right up here with full auto, And I actually I popped my cherry, okay, in Airsoft because I got hit on the skin, like right here, and I had a red mark there for like, a week. I was so proud of it. Because I had not, I've never played Airsoft, played paintball years ago. But so I was like, yes, this is awesome. My first shot. Oh, yeah. Now, I saw on your Instagram, Marcus, do you work in like the medical field?
No, not quite. I'm trained as a first responder.
Yeah.
But I'm sort of getting myself ready for a career in the future.
Gotcha.
At the minute I work as a landscaper.
Oh, okay.
But I do, instead of just normal landscaping, I tend to do more ponds, lakes, and like Bernie said on the podcast last time, I do a lot of stuff at her work.
Yeah.
I'm sort of getting myself ready for the future, because I'm going to be doing more first aid courses and get myself up to paramedic level.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I can pursue that route later on.
And what got you into that?
Sort of the crowd I'm around with Airsoft. I've been very fortunate with the people I've met down the shooting range. One of them's an ex-Royal Marine Commando, and the other's a naval engineer officer. And they've helped me a lot with sort of confidence and progression in Airsoft and myself personally. And they've helped me do these courses and kind of steered me in that sort of direction. So it's something I'm really interested in and really intrigues me.
So you like it? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's for the meantime, I hope I never have to use it.
Of course, right.
Yeah, in the future, when I'm all there and got my qualifications, then it'll be a good career.
I mean, that's something that that's the a part of life that we never want those things to happen, but statistically, that most of that's not going away. People are still going to have strokes. People are still going to get in car wrecks. Or one of the guys I talked to a few months ago, they run a podcast as well. Well, they're the guy I talked to, it's their friend or his friends run a podcast out in California, and he was leaving a Milsim event. He rides his bike everywhere, so I guess it was close enough for him to ride a bike, you know. And he was riding on I guess a busy road and got hit, or I don't know if he got hit or he hit something and fell off his bike going pretty quick, and broke his jaw. Like he had a lot of. He messed himself up pretty bad.
Yeah.
And he was old, you know, I guess he's older, like late 40s, early 50s, and maybe even older than that. So you don't heal as fast as we get older. So, but anyway, yeah, he was talking about, you know, I mean, that's just going to happen. Life, whatever. So it's a good field to be in. My wife works in works at a doctor's office. She has all that kind of training. And, you know, the training I got in the military, I actually had to use like 3 different times in my life with outside of the military, where a guy that I worked with got his hand caught in a press and cut his hand off at the wrist.
Jesus.
And everybody there was freaking out. And then I just, you know, I helped him, and, you know, I basically kept him alive until the EMTs got there. And then there was, I was working on site. I work construction now. I did years ago as well, and landscaping. Yeah. And we were out on a job site, like out in the middle of nowhere. Like there was a bunch of corn farms, cornfields and stuff around. And there's all these planes flying around. You know, those little, the little personal planes, like the Cessnas that people fly. So we hear them all day. And all of a sudden we hear, you know, we hear this loud crack, and we look up and these 2 planes collided. Like, I don't know how. The big ass sky. I don't know how. But these things collided. And so it was a mess. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But the 2 guys I worked with on the crew, they wouldn't even go near the site. They were so freaked out. And I went over there and helped one guy, but the other 2 guys were there. I almost stepped in one of the guy's brains, just, you know, so it was a mess. But yeah, you're always going to have need for people like yourself that get into that field for sure. Yeah.
It's an unfortunate reality, but nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, that's good that you like it though. I saw this certificate you had posted on your Instagram.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure what the like terminology is. I think it's a little different. So what is that? Related to the field that you're.
Yeah. That's my first responder certificate.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is word for word, but.
Right. Yeah. So is that when you go through that first, like to get that certificate, what kind of course do you have to complete?
So that one was, God, you're really going to test me, aren't you?
No, listen, man, I'm just, you know, I'm curious because I didn't go through that, you know, I went through the military medical training shit, but we don't get extensive training in the Marine Corps. We, you know, we learn the basics, and then the rest is like medic. Because we have a corpsman, you know, a Navy corpsman. The Marine Corps, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's 4 branches, you know, main branches in the United States military. And we're the only one that doesn't have our own medical unit. We have 0 medical. The Marine Corps has 0 doctors, nothing, no medics. It is, we're a branch of the Navy, so the Navy have, you know, all the doctor stuff and the medics. So we have Navy corpsmen that go with each platoon. And so we learn how to take care of, you know, the big shit or the basic stuff. And then we learn how to call medic. So I guess similar like on the airsoft field or whatever, but.
Yeah, it's basically what we learned was how to know the signs of like heart attacks, strokes, diabetic, hypoglycemia, that sort of stuff. And basically how to keep people alive until paramedics arrive.
Yeah.
So sort of the bog standard stuff, but enough to keep people alive.
Yeah.
Use it as like 3 levels down from a fully fledged paramedic, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got a couple more courses to do, and then but the next few courses are very hands-on, so that's where I learn the real fun stuff.
Right.
So yeah, be good.
With all those what do they call those mannequins that you practice the CPR on? You know, it's like the half body.
We call them Annie. And
Annie.
Okay. They might call them that here. I don't even know. I honestly don't know.
I think we've got different ones. There's one that's choking Charlie.
Choking.
Oh shit.
Choking Charlie. I think there's Annie as well.
Do the finger swipe.
Yeah. No, it was I was doing CPR on the full body Annie. That wasn't too bad. It's when it gets to the child and the baby one. That was Yeah. So we had to learn that, and that was horrible. Also, how to insert tubes into the mouth to open up the airway.
Okay.
Yeah, that stuff was.
I've seen those on the the medical shows, like or police shows or whatever, where they have that contraption that has like the big tube that's curved. You just jam it down in there, pretty much.
Yeah. So we learn how to do that, and how to do ones up the nose as well. So the sad thing is you can do the nose ones while the patient's conscious as well. So that, unfortunately, no one volunteered to be the
right.
Yeah. No, it was good fun. Good fun.
Yeah. The biggest thing, like with that in that field, like I'm sure they taught you guys this, for sure, is like most people like bystanders that are around somebody that's having a heart attack or a stroke or have some kind of incident, treating for shock and keeping them calm until, the real guys show up that can fix them or take them somewhere to get them fixed. They, that's a thing that, people don't realize how important it is. So many people die in those situations from going into shock because the people that first showed up on whatever, accident or whatever, didn't know the basics of lifting their head, covering them up, because you get freezing cold and they start shivering and all that shit or whatever. But, and keeping everyone else that's freaking out, keeping them away from them, because, when this dude got his hand cut off, all these guys come around, of course, there's blood everywhere. And I was yelling at my boss, giving him orders, because I was like, get all these dudes the fuck out of here, because they're looking down at this guy with this, pale, like, and he's looking up at them. And I was telling this dude, like, bro, look at me. I kept asking his name, talk to him stuff. I was like, get these dudes out of here, bro. He's getting freaked out, you know?
No, it's the bystanders are the worst by far. Definitely. Yeah. No, it reminds me of Ben. So this guy I've been working with, he's a tree surgeon, and he had a terrible accident at the beginning of the year. He was up a tree, and his chainsaw jumped and cut his wrist.
Oh.
He severed 7 tendons in his hand. Yeah. Yeah, and the picture was absolutely gnarly. It was, it's horrible.
Well, yeah, a chainsaw, man, that's not a smooth cut.
No,
like that is like just chunked out.
It looked like red mac and cheese on the inside.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it was grim.
And I'll tell you, man, have you ever had like a tendon injury, like in sports or at when you're working out, or like pulled a tendon or like damaged a tendon or something like that? Man, it fucking hurts.
Ligaments, tendons, the whole shebang. Yeah, broken, like head to toe. I'm broken.
Oh shit! What'd you do?
I used to play rugby.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so I played rugby since I was about 12, and both my knees are shot to pieces, my ankles. I ruined my shoulder, broken my nose 4 times, concussions at least.
Yeah, this one's been broken 7, so yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, broken fingers, cracked ribs. It's been a fun 12 years. So
yeah, you got the ribs when you I had a couple broken ribs, and when you're like, please don't sneeze, please don't sneeze, please don't sneeze.
Oh, the worst one was when I did the ribs, it was I couldn't drive home, so I had someone else drive me home in my car, and we had to go down some country roads, so really potholy and bumpy, and it was not the most pleasant car journey, but yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, it looks like, Bernie, you have you're gonna have to help him out a little bit here and there with all his injuries. Listen, bro, I hate hearing that too. Okay, so I'm with you, but it's sometimes when we're broken and we got shit that wears out, like that's just eventually something ain't gonna work right. You gotta lift something with your shoulder and you're like, oh, I can't go that high, or I can't lift a 20-pound thing this high over my head. You're like, fuck, can you do it?
We were literally talking about it yesterday, weren't we? Like Bernie did her first hoop session in 4 years the other day, and she was saying her shoulders really hurt.
So I do I used to do circus arts quite a lot. So basically hanging from the ceiling from various bits of equipment.
Oh shit, no.
Yeah. Okay. So I did it for about 4 years, and then because of the pandemic and going off to do an internship and stuff, I haven't done it for quite a while. And since moving here, I've just found a studio nearby that does it. And 2 days later, I still can't move properly. So I'm hoping that, like, good night's sleep tomorrow, I might actually be able to do something when we go and play. But
now, what did you call it? What kind of session?
Aerial arts or circus arts. You've got a hoop, which is
hoop session.
Yeah, hoop.
Oh, okay.
Big metal ring that's suspended from straps on the ceiling, or silks, which is basically the two ribbons that hang.
I've seen those videos.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize how intense, like physically intense, the pole dancing. I know it's whatever, but the pole dancing, those silks or whatever, and then the hoop thing, because I think Femme Fatale, Airsoft, who I'm talking about. Yeah, she does the hoop stuff, and a lot of people don't realize how much you got to be in pretty good shape to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
because y'all make it look easy. And then somebody's like, oh yeah, I could do that all day. And then, go ahead and grab these two silks and climb up with your arms,
Yeah, there is not a muscle in my body that does not hurt at the moment. So
I'm sure.
I know, like, it'll probably come in time where I won't hurt so much. But I've been out of the game for a little bit. So.
Well, luckily the human body adapts really quickly to stuff like that. Especially when you're younger and if you have fairly good nutrition, rebuild really quickly. I always tell my kids when they were growing up, I was like, man, we've got regenerative armor, like when you work with your hands and it starts building up calluses, like your body says, oh yeah, we need more armor right there. So it doesn't keep peeling off every time you grab, because I worked concrete for a few years. So we did brickwork as well. So I would carry, I didn't know how to do that stuff, like lay it down and, be all good with it and shit. I was the grunt. So I just carried, I was all, good shape, strong. So I would go grab these bricks, like cinder blocks, and carry them over, which, when you do that with 10 of them, it's no big deal. Do that with 1,000, your fingers and all the skin, like it's rubbed raw, it hurts. So... Oh yeah. Now, how did you get into landscaping?
It happened during COVID. So I used to work in a hardware store, and it's one of my dad's friend's nephews. He needed someone to work for him for a few days, and I was off of work because of COVID.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll do a couple of days work for him doing lock laying like you were.
Yeah.
And it just kind of went from there. And a couple of days turned into a couple of weeks, and then he just asked if I wanted to do it full time. And 2 years later, I'm absolutely loving it.
Nice.
So yeah, I've learned so much in the couple of years I've been doing it. I'm now driving diggers, and
that's fun.
Yeah, it's awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, it's good fun. Good fun.
I worked when our kids. This is probably about 10 years ago. The factory I worked at, we would work like 2 days on and 2 days off, 3 days on, then 3 days off, whatever.
Yeah.
So we had this kind of rotating schedule. So on my days off, I would work with a friend of mine, landscaping company, and like he did grading, So new home construction, he'd be out there on the Bobcat or, digger or whatever, and like grading all the stuff. Well, we put in irrigation systems as well. So he would be driving that, and I love digging in the dirt. A lot of people don't know this about me. It's my favorite thing to do. I like chopping wood and digging in dirt. Like, give me a shovel and a plot of land, I'll dig a hole all day, bro. I don't know what it is. It's so weird. I love the smell of fresh dirt. I love digging it. It's a great workout. And so anyway, I would dig all the irrigation trenches while he was doing that. Well, just a few months ago, I wanted to regrade my backyard because it was real flat, which looks great. Yeah. When you're having parties and stuff, we're doing do you guys play that game Cornhole? We have the boards with a hole in it and you throw bean bags into it.
Not really, no.
I know, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Have you seen? Okay. So you have two boards, they're kind of angled, and 20 feet apart, whatever, 30 feet apart. And you just toss these bean bags into the hole. So, it's a popular party game here, like when you're having a barbecue or something, have people over. Well, anyway, it's great for that kind of stuff, having a flat backyard. But when it rains, it's a fucking swamp. It's like mud and just shit everywhere. And it takes like a week for it to dry out. So anyway, I had it regraded. Well, he was like, because we're friends, he said he already knew I knew how to drive this thing. He's like, hey, I'll just have my guy come over and drop it off. So I had this thing for like a week. Man, we went crazy with this thing. I got so two of my sons never drove one, and I was like, hey, come over and drive this. You just tear up the yard. I don't care. I had two giant dump truck fulls of extra dirt to grade. I was like, just drive this thing, man. It's so fun. So they got in, and these guys are my two sons that are on our channel. They're 6'1" and like 300 pounds. They're huge. And so they're getting this little tiny, Bobcat. They're like, I can barely fit. I was like, bro, who cares? Just start driving it. It's a lot of fun to just mess around because you can't tip it. The back end, if you go too fast, like it has that block on the back that you just you can't tip over. It's fun, So we had fun doing that.
Yeah, we one guy I used to work with, he managed to. You say that you can't roll them. We had a 14-ton digger roll up on its back. So went up a bank that was a bit too steep, and he just ended up rolling it back, and I think it was about 10 grand worth of damage.
Oh damn!
Yeah, so the boss wasn't too happy.
I'm sure. So when you do you said you do ponds and stuff. Do you guys like install them like the kind that people put in their backyards, or the kind like at companies that they have the big fountains and stuff, or you do both?
So we've done a couple of small ponds in people's gardens, and we've built waterfalls out of rocks and that sort of stuff. We don't like to do the plastic put in ponds. We like to build them naturally and then line them properly. But then we do the big lakes. I think we worked on a Japanese water garden as well.
Oh shit!
Yes, that was really
Those
fun.
are nice. Yeah,
that was an awesome little project.
Okay.
done irrigation systems as well on little ponds. So yeah, we do all manner of water work. So big, small, we'll do it.
He's doing a lot of work at where I work at the minute, refurbing one of our big main exhibits for our birds, sort of desilting it, reshaping it, making it better for them. So like built a pelican exhibit as well. So yeah, it's really cool.
Oh,
so
what is that? Like what you guys have like real pelicans in there?
Yeah, we've got 4 Dalmatian pelicans at work, so they're pretty cool. But yeah, so you help reshape their exhibit. So yeah, we've got all kinds of birds. It's all mainly ducks, geese, and swans. We've got about 300 birds, but we work with a lot of sea ducks. We're quite lucky that we've got really good water quality. So we work with a lot of endangered birds and endangered species.
That's right. Yeah. I remember now. Okay. It's been a while, and I was half asleep when I was talking to you. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. You work with the like bird farm or zoo or rescue or.
We're technically a zoo because we've got a zoo license, but we've got a nature reserve as well. So people mainly see us as a nature reserve with the extra bonus of having the zoo part. So yeah,
that's cool. Hell yeah. So what got you into airsoft, Marcus?
To be honest, I'm not actually sure.
Just woke up one day and it happened.
So originally I wanted to join the military. That was my dream.
Okay.
But then through doing rugby and my injuries, I medically not allowed. And then
that's a really common thing. I'm a bunch of friends of mine, same thing. So
it was horrible news to hear, but it was I think I just ended up finding it on YouTube one day. I'm pretty sure it was a Desert Fox video I came across on one of his Milsim West games, probably one of his first ones. And I just started watching it and I just got hooked. So I just watching more and more. I was like, I really want to do this.
Yeah.
The closest thing I can get to, the military.
Right.
And it's just kind of gone from there. And the collection has grown a lot over the last few years, and started spending a lot more money on it recently, especially with having another person to buy for now.
I saw one of your posts on your Instagram where when you guys first got together, I think, excuse me, you said like on your post, you put something about you guys went to Airsoft together. I think it was when you guys first got together and started going together. You're like, my bank account or something about my bank account is going to be hurting from now on or something like that.
Everything's going to be doubled now. So.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm not complaining. It's nice, spending the time together, actually doing something together.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you just paid for my gun to be upgraded.
Yes, I've just paid for you. Yes. Yes, after I gave you the gun. But.
Yeah.
Well, look, a lot of people I've talked with that play as couples, a lot of what happens is whoever it is that got the other one into Airsoft, they're like, whoever was originally into it sees the other one struggling because their gun's shit or it's, needs upgraded or whatever. And they're like, so the person that's playing with it is like, whatever. And then the other person, no, I'm buying you this. We're going to upgrade this because you're the weak link on the team. Okay. Like get with the shit. Okay. And then your bank account goes like out the window.
Yeah. No, it has gone like that a lot recently.
Yeah.
I've not had a chance to play since it's been upgraded. So tomorrow will be the first time.
Oh, nice.
To see the difference because it feels a lot heavier as well.
which is
what gun is it, and what'd you upgrade?
It's a Arthurian Airsoft Mark 18. And what God, I can't remember how. It was a new piston.
So there was a new piston. There was a MOSFET put in. I think the gears and the motor got swapped out. Mm-hmm. And then it just had a full clean on the inside. Like everything got cleaned and greased up properly. And, but I don't know why it feels a lot heavier now.
Maybe my arms have just got really weak.
It's from all that climbing up the silk things and the hoop training and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was out holding a string trimmer, you work in this field, a weed whacker. What do you guys call that over there?
Trimmer, I think.
The trimmer. Yeah.
Trimmer.
Yeah, trimmer.
So same thing. I have a battery powered one that is, it's not heavy, but for me, my arms are still like, in my hands and stuff are still not like 100%. So I'm holding this thing by the handle, and I'm struggling. Okay. So by the time I went and did one property this morning, because I still do landscaping stuff on the side. Yeah. And so I went to my son's house, and my youngest son bought a house like 8 months ago. Okay. And he hasn't bought a lawnmower yet or a trimmer. So his backyard, dude, now it's a brand new built house. So they put sod down. So it's all, really nice, except he hasn't taken care of it, like watered it, put the, weed and feed, whatever bullshit. So he's got these stalks of weed, the crabgrass stuff or whatever it grows. It's like, 3 feet high. So just in random spots. So I went from one property over to his, and I was like, hey, I'm going to come over and cut all that shit down for you in your backyard. My arms were like, even now I'm lifting this glass. And I'm like, ugh, it's fucking heavy. Oh yeah.
Got a Glock 19X as well, which I haven't played with much, but when we went to pick it up and the next day we went to play, and I didn't have a holster or like a pistol lanyard or anything, and I just shoved it in the top of my chest rig. I thought that would be fine, and like 10 minutes into the second game, I lost it, and you're brand new as well.
Oh shit.
And, I went up to the marshal, like, trying not to cry, like, I've lost my Glock. But luckily you stumbled across it just in a bush, didn't you? So
I went back to try and look for it, and I was just about to give up because I could not find it. I was looking for about 10 minutes, and I turned around, picked up my gun, and it was literally right next to my gun.
Oh my god.
Yeah, picked it up, and I was like, ah. Yeah.
At this point,
thank you.
Yeah.
I went to after that. I tried to get back into the game, but I just couldn't concentrate because I was just focusing on that. So I just went back to the safe zone and sulked and ate chocolate.
Well, thank your sisters for getting you all that shit from moving over there, whatever, so you could have some comfort food, know.
But I have a holster now and a lanyard, so it's not going anywhere.
There you go.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you learn. Sometimes my wife and I were talking about this yesterday with, life lessons. And I was talking about this with somebody recently on the podcast. Like, pain is the ultimate teacher, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, I guess monetary could be, I guess emotional pain. So when you take a hit in one of those areas, it's good for us to feel that sometimes, because it sticks in our brain. Like, it burns a new pathway in your brain that says, I don't like this feeling so much that I never want this, to happen again. So when you lose a very expensive thing on the field, because you don't have the right equipment, you're like, oh, I already know the fix for it. I shouldn't have come out here without it. Like, now I will never go on the field without this, holster or whatever, So you make a change really quickly because you don't want that to happen again. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we learned very quickly after that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited about it because I didn't have a pistol, so I was just like, yeah. But yeah, never again.
Right? Oh, shit. Well, it's way different than if it breaks. You know, if you're using it and it breaks, like, it's not your fault. Like, you know, it's whatever. You know, the shit fell apart. I was talking to Spooky Airsoft. She's here in the States, and she said she plays indoor field, all like speed QB.
Yeah.
And so her and her husband. And she said she went out there running, and she has her and her husband both have like really nice high kappas. And she was like, I started shooting, and it stopped shooting, and then I looked at my gun, and I went like this, and all the internal stuff started falling out the barrel. I said, what?
Oh, no. Oh, God, no.
So, oh yeah. So, you know, that's obviously, you know, it's way different than losing something on the field. But yeah, airsoft can, and you've probably been in airsoft for a lot longer than I have experience with it, because I've only done the YouTube channel for 3 years. But I've always wondered, why are like basic airsoft guns that are like $250, why are they shit? Like, why are airsofters so accepting of, yeah, it's going to be shit when I buy it, I've got to upgrade it, like when I get it, like right out of the box? And we're not, you know, most people aren't like that with most products they buy. So if you buy a tool, like if you bought a string trimmer, you know, for landscaping, and it's $250, and this thing has, you know, like all these features, and you start using it and it falls apart the first time you use it, you're going to be fucking pissed. But airsofters get on the field with a $250 gun, and they go, oh yeah, it broke the first day. And they just go, oh yeah, they're not even mad. They're like, yep, because I didn't upgrade. And I'm like, bro, what? Where's the standards here? What is going on?
I've never thought about that. No.
It's true though.
Everyone I've talked to, these guys, when these guys get into it, so the two of my sons and then their best friend, been playing for 3 years, and every single time they buy a gun, they're like, it breaks the first time, and I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? So I was the one working on it. So I was stuck in the house. I was working on it. So I'm like, let me look at this thing. So I find, oh, there's no fucking grease in the gearbox at all. So the shit fell apart in there. So I take everything apart. So I'm like, this was a well-known brand of a gun. You know, I know $250 isn't a lot. I guess, you know, it's all relative. But that is, to me, I'm like, bro, like if you spend that on a gun, you should be able to use it at least 5 times without it breaking. So, and this happened multiple times. It wasn't just like this one thing. So I'm like, what? And these guys are like, oh no, it was only a $250 gun, so we expected it to break because we didn't upgrade it. I'm like, that sounds so fucking dumb. What?
You shouldn't have to upgrade a gun.
No.
It's cheap. No, I think I've got one guy, it's 170 quid, and it's a Cymer 74U, so maybe AK. And tell you what, it's the most reliable gun I've got.
No
and
shit.
Not broken down once. And I've had it for I think 5 years now.
Yeah.
And not broken once. Whereas my more expensive guns have they have shat themselves a few times now.
I don't get it, man. My we had the same thing happen twice. So we had 2 of the guns we got were $99 guns. Cheap as shit. They were Lancer Tacticals, M4, the basic model. Gen 2 gearbox. Okay. Don't run a LiPo. Didn't have a MOSFET. Just don't run a LiPo. Run a 9.6. Right. This fucking thing runs all day. It's been running for 3 years. It's like their backup, right? So it runs, and the hop up was great. Like this thing is shooting like lasers, you know. So it doesn't shoot far. I think it was like 380 FPS, which is great, with .2s.
Yeah.
And so then they're still shooting that. Like it's perfect. Then one of my sons bought a Chris Vector, and it was $500.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. I mean, total piece of. He bought, so it came with a mag, maybe 2 mags. Those didn't feed right. So he thought it was the mags. He bought like 3 more mags, and they were kind of expensive. They're proprietary, like they only fit that gun. And then total shit. So he's like, "Hey, can you fix this?" I'm like, I don't know what the problem is. I couldn't figure out. I took everything apart, look at the bucking, look at the hop up, look at the I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. The thing was a piece of shit. He ended up selling it, but we never figured out what the issue was. And I'm sure that's a fluke, because most of the time those are pretty good. But in my experience, these cheaper guns, man, sometimes they're fucking great.
Oh, but sometimes they are better than the more expensive stuff. It's weird. It really is.
I don't understand.
No, it's no. It's weird. I don't get it. No.
Now, what do you run? What's your main that you run? If you're going out to a regular, what's your number one gun you run all the time?
So I have my GBLS DAS, so 1,600 quid gun.
Whew! Yeah. Damn. Okay. Well,
she tried to steal it, and hence why I gave her her own one very quickly.
Yeah.
So I use that as my main, and I absolutely love it. It's not the quickest shooting gun, but it's the recoil. It's
So it's a gas blowback.
It's electric. It's a hybrid.
Oh, gotcha.
So it functions like a gas, but it's electric.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got the bolt carrier group, which does move forwards and backwards, and that's what.
Right.
Yeah. And my backup, I would say, is my Cyma AK-74.
Right.
170 quid, because it just doesn't break. Yeah, great bit.
So the other one, what is it called again? Your main one?
It's a GBLS.
GBS.
Yeah, GBLS.
I don't think I've seen that one. Okay.
So it's classed as a professional training weapon.
Yeah. So what does it look like? Is it built on like a M4?
Get it.
Don't grab it. It's right behind me.
Yeah, get it. Because I don't think I've heard of that one.
It's what I learned to shoot with. So yeah.
Okay.
So it's
okay. Yeah.
M4 platform.
Right.
I've put my own rail on it. Got a Vortex optic.
Nice.
PCS stock. And pet box.
Right. So your battery's up front, or
battery in there?
Oh, in the back. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So that's all metal.
Yeah, everything bar the pistol grip and the stock.
Right.
Metal.
Those are polymer. Yeah.
Yeah, like the real thing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because that bolt.
That
sounded metal.
Yeah, no, it's it's my favourite bit of kit. Love it.
Yeah.
If that broke, I generally think I could cry.
Now, is that one? So when you do the blowback, do you have an option on there to turn that electric blowback off?
No.
So it's always on.
Yeah, always on. It breaks down like a real rifle. Just take the back pin out and it'll just snap down like a real thing.
Right.
So yeah, it's designed to operate like a real firearm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's the closest thing I can get to it in the UK, unfortunately. So
yeah, well, we had one gun that we got. It was G36, and it was electric blowback.
Yeah.
So when we opened it out of the box, we got mystery box, whatever. We got it out of the box, we went to try it out, and it had electric blowback. So it was eating up the battery. And so we didn't know. This is early in our channel. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know shit about it. I didn't know anything about Airsoft when we first started our YouTube channel. So, so I'm looking at these, I'm like, they're like, oh, this is cool. It's blowing back. I'm like, yeah, it's great until your battery runs out. So we're trying to test it out.
Yeah.
And when we do a test, we run multiple different BB weights through it. It takes, 2 or 3 hours for us to set up different targets and, run all this stuff. So we're shooting it a lot.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't shoot right, like right in the beginning, we have to run a bunch of BBs through it because we've heard that you have, kind of like a break-in period, for like your bucking and whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll run out batteries all day. I'm like, I don't know. Can we turn this off? Somebody commented after we posted the video, commented saying, hey, there's a switch inside or whatever, that you just flip it and it'll turn that electric blowback off. I'm like, cause I put that, what we were talking about in the video.
Yeah.
And this guy commented like, no, there's a switch right here by the thing. I was like, oh, I don't fucking know. But, so anyway, but that was the only electric blowback, gun that we've ever tried out,
Yeah. No, we're very fortunate with the guys that we play with. He makes batteries for us.
Oh, he makes his own batteries.
Yeah, so he's made a special battery for my gun, so it doesn't eat up the battery life with the
He's a genius, isn't he?
Oh my god, that's cool.
Yeah, like the guy builds robots for fun.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah,
I need to know that guy. Yeah, that's cool.
He's a real tech whiz, and you just throw any like engineering technical problem at it, he'll just solve it. It's great. Like he'll try and tell me what he's done and all that sort of stuff. It's just going.
Yeah. Like 5 minutes there or 2 minutes in, your eyes are glazing over. You're like, I have no idea what you just said.
You're just nodding and agreeing. Like, yeah,
right.
Okay, yeah.
Like, oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, just no idea what he's saying, but I absolutely love it. He's amazing. Really is.
That is cool. Yeah, because when we first started getting these guns, the 9.6s are like the most popular, and I was noticing they're like a bunch of little battery cells just packed in the, wrapped in this really thick, plastic sheathing or whatever.
Yeah. And
with the whatever kind of ends on it, Dean's or the Tamiya or whatever.
Yeah.
Connector,
Yeah, no, it's he's explained to me how he makes the batteries and what makes them work, but
I wouldn't know either.
No, as long as it works, and that's what I care about, really.
So it runs the whole day when you play.
Oh yeah, it
even with the blowback.
Day. Yeah,
just on one battery.
Yeah, he did test it with so one battery, and he plugged in 3 guns on full auto. And it lasted, I think it was about 6 hours.
Oh my god. That guy is a fucking genius. Holy shit.
Yeah, and the battery's only...
Bro, does he work for Tesla? Like, for real?
Like, that's the battery.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude. That is crazy.
Yeah.
See, I have no knowledge of battery stuff, like how it works. When I work construction, mechanical is my strong suit. Electrical is my weak.
Yeah.
So somebody talks like, oh yeah, you just hook up 6 car batteries in series. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know how to do that. Okay. Like it's all going to blow up if I do it.
Yeah. Yeah, the extent of my battery knowledge is if it plugs in, it works, it's all good. So that's it for me.
For real.
Yeah, no, I'm the same as you. Electrical, yeah, I'm lost there. Mechanical, sort of, but yeah, I mainly just dig holes. Really, that's my job.
Hey, man. Well, we get along great then, because,
Yeah.
like I said, I love doing that. Hell yeah. So, so you guys just moved in together recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to playing some Airsoft together, building some more furniture together, and taking out your frustrations on the field. And so you guys are playing tomorrow. Do you guys have any other big events coming up? Bernie, I was going to ask you this before I guess you answer that, but do you, are you going to be a part of that, or are you a part of that UCAL group? And are you going to play in that event in June?
Yes. We have booked our tickets. He's coming with me. He doesn't have a choice. So yeah, we booked our tickets yesterday, and we're gonna stay the night before and for a few days afterwards, so we can explore the city around it, have a little mini holiday.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, really looking forward to it. I'm wearing my UCAL top now.
Oh, you are? Nice.
Yeah, it's got the logo on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be cool to meet up with all the girls and just have a massive blowout, and yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on my UCAL top, but
listen, bro, if you wear a UCAL top, you're gonna get more hate than if, you know, just getting with, you know, starting a relationship. Okay. No, it's I've talked to so many girls in the UK. Well, you know, Bernie, with you and Alex, Hillary, and a handful of others that are, you know, kind of going to that event. And so obviously they're going to have an all-girls team, right?
Yeah, I think it's there's going to be so many people there. It's going to be a big event, but
Right.
I know, well, definitely all the girls want to go on the same team. Whether there'll be enough to be a boys and girls even split, we don't know. But and there's obviously, I think Alex was saying, there's a few male teams that have got wind of it and like want to come along and shoot at us. So or like join us. That'll be fun.
Oh,
I think it's pretty good, and because it's a 6-hour constant, so you can go in and out of the safe zone whenever you want. But yeah, so that would be cool.
Yeah, that'll be really fun. Really fun.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Well, I know their goal was to get like 50 women to get a team to, you know, on their own team or whatever.
Yeah.
And I haven't talked to anyone recently, I guess, except you just now, with you know, that's involved, that that knows. I haven't seen any kind of. I guess I haven't seen anywhere to follow or see where you could find like how many people are actually going to this event.
Yeah. So I know that there's in the WhatsApp group that we've got, there's about 56 girls in there now.
Nice.
I know Drew is keeping a tab on who's actually booked tickets.
That's GSG, right?
Yeah. We obviously, not everyone's able to go for various reasons, but I know that she's keeping tabs on who's booked and who's coming. So
okay.
See.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, it's coming up quick. It's only a month away.
Yeah. Hopefully it's going to be good weather, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being in the UK, I'm not crossing my fingers, but
I know. Speaking of that, I saw one of your posts on your Instagram, and I was scrolling through. I was stalking your Instagram, okay? And you were at a field, and it was very obvious it was raining. It was just a picture, but it was very obvious it was raining pretty hard. And you said, I think your post said, "Tell me you're from England without telling me you're from England," or something like that.
Yeah, it was chucking it down with rain, but really sunny as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can't predict it over here, sadly.
No,
but
you can get like every single season in one day.
Yeah.
Like, I think
so wild.
It was only only like 3-4 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
I was in work and it was sunny, and then like 5 minutes later it was like a full-on blizzard. I don't know what was happening. But,
Yeah, that's
like
weird.
snow.
Yeah, it was like
get out.
And then and then it was sunny again. What's happening?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Now we do have that here in South Carolina with like this time of year. We'll have not snow, but we'll have rain. The same thing. So I got home from work yesterday and sunny all day, hot. You know, it was like 75, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And we get home, or I got home. I come in here to start editing, and then all of a sudden I hear this like loud noise, like rain on the roof. I'm like, what? There's no way. There was like, the sky was blue when I got home. So I go out and look at out the front door, and it is pouring. I mean, like heavy. It did that for 5 minutes. It was gone. And then it was sunny again, and it was really windy last night. So everything was dry in like 10 minutes. I was like, what just happened? Holy shit.
I was like, where I work, our site's in a valley. And then there's this like massive hangar, and you can see like one side of the site, you look and it's like blazing sunshine, and you can just see like these big black clouds rolling off the top of the hangar. And at that point we're like, okay, let's feed the birds really quickly, because we're gonna get
that's never good.
No,
black clouds are never good.
No, that's when I jump in my digger.
Is that fully enclosed?
Yeah,
you got a door and everything. Okay, cool.
Yeah, door closed, windows down.
There you go.
On. Yeah.
There you go. I know, right? Well, so I have one more question for you, Marcus.
Yeah.
I saw on your Instagram, you did, of course, you told us about doing rugby. That's why you're all fucked up. You need, you need some you need to be a cyborg. You need all these different implants and shit. And
help you with that.
Yeah. Listen, trust me, I know how you feel, because in the military I had so many injuries. I fell off a truck, like 15 feet off a truck, on my face, broke my arm, missed an eyebrow. Okay, but anyway, I saw you did wakeboarding.
Yes.
So do you still do that? Do you like doing that?
I haven't
Whenever
done it
the weather is good.
Yeah, no, I haven't done it recently, unfortunately. No, I did stop. Because it was just getting too much with work and other bits and bobs. But I do want to get back into it. It's weird though, because I had a memory come up on Snapchat today about my wakeboarding, and
nice.
Yeah, no, I would really like to get back into it, but I'm focusing on other bits and bobs at the minute. So I'm currently training for a marathon next year.
I saw that as well. You completed your first marathon, a few years ago, right?
It was 6 years ago now, my first one. So yeah, this one will be number 4.
Oh, I did have a question about that, because on your post on the marathon one, you said you just completed your first one, and then you had something in the post about you were going to do a mud or a muddy or something like that. What is that?
Yeah, a tough
is that an
mudder.
event?
Yeah, Tough Mudder. So it's basically like a 12-mile assault course.
Gotcha.
And I did that 2 weeks after my first marathon with a couple of mates of mine. Yeah, it was awesome. Definitely want to do it again. It was just 12 miles of smiles, sunshine, and mud. It was great. Yeah, it was really good. Really good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So do you take, for recovery, do you take ibuprofen to help deal with that? Or how do you recover?
Usually beer is the one.
My fucking man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's usually a hot shower and a beer.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
nice.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Good. Well, it's been really great talking with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm so glad, Bernie, you contacted me again to get back up, because the first time, I was just starting to do schedule a lot of these podcasts, and when you messaged back saying, what time you could do it, I was like, holy shit, bro, that's so early for me, but I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to do it. So I'm so glad that we got to redo it. And, you know, so I feel like I'm definitely way more awake. It's 4:30 here in the afternoon. So it's probably, 9:30 there for you guys. And so good time for each of us to start when we did. And I've had a great time talking with you guys.
Yeah, it's been really nice to catch up again. And we'll have to do another one maybe like in a few months' time when we've been to a few more events and after the Airsoft Festival and stuff. And cool.
Yeah, definitely do another chat for catch up.
For sure. Yeah, great to meet you, Marcus.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a good one and enjoy your night.
Will do.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys.
See you later. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.